We're talking about Diagnosis Day. Grace and I have both gone through all of this, and it's pretty common in our society, in our world, that people have cancer, many variations. It's such a sad little ticker.
I
I
know.
know.
My
But it's true.
diagnosis day. I should put an emoji like
No.
I know. But
But
we
it's
gotta
such
check
a
it out.
yeah, it's a big part of the experience the first
Hmm.
day getting the news, because it feels pretty unbelievable. And just
Surreal.
surreal. So we're going to talk about it so that you can, whoever it is, whether it's you or a loved one or just someone you know, or you want to understand how it feels, to be more compassionate to other people in the world going through it. We'll share our experience. And if you want to share with us, we would love to hear from you about what you're going through. And we'll also do a little bit of activation to support you in a holistic sense as well in each of these episodes. Yeah.
Absolutely. When we
Yeah.
say holistic, doesn't mean don't do your treatment. We
Oh,
mean
no.
just for the treatment, right?
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. This big
Yeah.
disclaimer, by holistic, I mean breathing and
Yes.
walking, like the things that you do as a human, but in a very specific way. We'll get into some of the parasympathetic nervous system in a little bit, but um, just knowing that the activation of getting your diagnosis, that puts us in a fight or flight state. So um, it makes everything. I mean, for Grace, for me, I was pretty numb, when
Yeah.
shock.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
the shock is incredible because if they call you to their office, which they did,
Yeah.
you know it's not good news,
Yeah.
right? So we went with that. I was just doing kind of, voodoo, like, please, no, not let it be, and
Yeah.
like doing voodoo on a cancer cell or something, but yeah, when I got it too, I was in shock. And then all I could think of was my dad who passed away from stage 4 lung cancer and his chemo and all that. So I stayed quiet like you in shock. And
Mhm.
I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, Grace, shut up. Don't cry. Don't say anything. Just ask smart questions. That was what I was thinking. And so I asked her smart questions. And when I got into my car, girl, I did the most primal scream I've ever heard from me coming from like my gut. Like I can't even explain it. It was just, and I'm sure people heard it. I had the windows up, but I'm sure people heard it.
Yeah.
The pain, like the primal pain that I had, was something I never experienced before. And I was like, it was almost like I felt like my life was going to end. And I was like, I feel like I'm young to go right now. Like I want to live
I'll get to
longer.
that. I wanted to
Um,
address your primal scream. Oh
yes.
my gosh, from a holistic, from a wellness sense, what a beautiful expression. Instead of holding on to that energy. So, right, cancer is that accumulation of the energy in one space that manifests in that certain way. Things can manifest in tons of different ways. Cancer is one iteration. When you primally release the energy from your gut, from your soul, it doesn't
Mhm.
get to hang around. So in that moment, you gave yourself a beautiful gift. I'm sorry you had to experience it, but beautiful.
No, no, it was
Well done.
actually very, thank you for your empathy. But it was actually good because that was, like you said, a release. And I think after that, I was able to be more balanced in my journey
Mm-hmm.
until I got the diagnosis that it went to my lymph nodes. Then I freaked out because the lymph nodes go everywhere, right? And so I came home, girl. I screamed again, another primal scream, and cried. But I did not hold back. Like, I don't care if my neighbors call the police. Well, the popo come here and, oh my God, I went to my lymph nodes, arrest me. It's like, what are we going to do?
Makes me think about the your sitting on the toilet one in our promo opener, just talking about poop pains. I'm just trying to get
Yes.
that poop every time.
Oh,
Um,
girl, the cooking
but
was
yeah,
not
primal
primal.
scream
It was
there.
like, yeah, it was like knives, like you were describing. That's exactly what it
Yeah.
feels like.
Oh
Like
my god.
somebody's like going like
Yeah.
that or going like
Yeah.
this, like
Well,
twisting your intestines. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Well,
oh,
the primal piece though, like that, when you look in nature, right, we have like the Sahara, the antelope being chased by the lion. When the antelope escapes, assuming it does, so we're the antelope in this situation, what they do is they slump onto the ground, let it all go. And then they get themselves up, shake, 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 which is the primal scream for us. And we can actually do it through movement and activation. And that resets the nervous system. So instead of sympathetic being activated, that,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, how am I going to survive? We go
Mhm.
into, okay, I'm safe. My
Mhm.
mind can clear. What's next?
Exactly,
Right?
exactly. And
Yeah.
but I had a lot of crying to do and stuff. But yes, absolutely. I was all throughout my cancer journey, I was very alert as far
Mm,
as like what doctors told me, the
yeah.
questions that I asked, the research that I did. I don't
Yeah.
just Google WebMD. I don't do that. I go to like studies,
Yeah.
studies that have been done and like the results and the thesis of those studies, which actually vary sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they do.
they do. And then I went to the stats, which I do not recommend for cancer patients to go to the stats because that will actually program you to be like, oh, what if I'm in the 40% that doesn't make it?
Mm-mm.
I don't
No,
want to
no,
know.
no.
Nah.
No. Yeah, I'm a fan of never looking at any of those numbers. If your family wants to look or whatever, I don't. So I'm of a mind that again, what we feed ourselves in through our eyes is also something that infuses into our cells. And if, like you said, if you think, oh, what if I'm gonna be that one instead of this one,
Mhm.
that's just not a game we want to play. You're gonna make it. Period. And you know what? Best thing, it'll happen. Yes. If it doesn't, what harm did it do to think positively? No.
Nothing. Exactly. It kept you alive in a
Yeah.
more joyful state,
Yes. Never.
and it doesn't matter how long we live. It's
Yeah.
living in peace and joy, really. I know it sounds
Yeah.
super corny, like a Christmas card, but really, joy,
It's
peace, and cash. That's my third one. But
joy, joy, peace, and cash.
yes.
Love it. Okay, friends, joy, peace, and cash. We're making a shirt. It'll be out soon.